the medical model. Okay, either the wrong prescriptions, the right prescriptions, you know, the medical model. So how can that be if we out of 37 civilized countries, you know, the richest countries in the world, who spends the most money on healthcare by far? Who has the most medical doctors? Who has the most procedures, diagnostic equipment by far? Is anybody? Who's that? United States. Okay. So out of 37 countries, where do we rank for overall health of our citizens? Well, think about it now. We should be number one, right? Because we spend the most money on it.
We are.
But we are actually ranked 37th. Okay? And New Zealand is 36. Now, there's two countries in those 37 countries that it's legal that they advertise pharmaceuticals on media, mass media, you know, TV, all that. So there's those two countries are 36 and 37. Okay, so why? Well, when you're in mom's belly, what's the first organ, or what's the first body part that's formed? Not the stomach, but the
Heart.
no, we'll say the heart. The brain. Okay? So there's an extension from the brain. It's the spinal cord, and then it comes out of the spinal cord, or what? All these little things. So why does a chiropractor look at the spine? Because this system, and does anybody know what I mean by a system? Like your cardiovascular system? What's another system? Like what is it? This is a nervous system, digestive system, the immune system. What runs all those other systems?
Brain.
Nervous system. You got it. Nervous system. So let's take an example. So you guys have your chart. If you go to I think we still have it. If you go to this page where it has like the spine and all the organs. So it's what, page 3? Okay, so if you look at that, every nerve, it's like an electrical system, goes somewhere. Okay? So if I take a pair, everybody there? If I take a pair of scissors and I cut the nerve to the heart, what happens to the heart immediately?
It stops.
It stops, right? But if I take the weight of a dime and put that on that nerve, that cuts that message from the brain to the heart almost 30%. Okay? So if you have that, think of it like a dimmer switch. If you have the dimmer switch on that nerve to that heart turned down for, you know, even a year or two, is that going to be a healthy heart? No. Okay? So if I have a nerve if I have a bone that presses, comes out of position, so how would a bone in your spine come out of position? Like, why does it stay in this perfect? Well, how does that happen? Well, you come into the world how? They pull your head, they twist it 90 degrees to pull the baby out, right? Or even worse, they pull it out by what? The feet, cesarean. And that's getting more and more, but it's easier actually. I don't want to offend anybody because moms, but it's easier on the mother to do a cesarean. It's harder on the baby. Now think of the baby comes in. The first thing he sees when he comes out of the womb is what? Surgical knives and lights and all that. So if we have a subluxation from birth, and that puts pressure on the nerves to the ears, could that be a baby that has neck pain? Maybe, but could that be a baby that's colicky? Could that be a baby that gets like frequent ear infections? So as those nerves go to the ears, the first adjustment by a chiropractor in 1895, Harvey Lillard was a janitor in D.D. Palmer's this building that he rented. So Harvey hit his head on a pipe, and he lost his hearing. And D.D. Palmer's looking, and he was figuring, well, if that nerve got pinched going to the ear, and I unpinch it, guess what happened? His hearing came back. So most of you did. Now, who's all been to a chiropractor before? Okay, so a lot of you, right? Now, other than me, did any chiropractor talk about that, or did they talk about back pain, or neck pain, or headaches, right? So see, Hippocrates said, look to the spine for the cause of disease. Why did he say that? Because the nervous system runs what? Everything. Okay, but in the United States, we look at that last. If you have a blood pressure that's off the scale, do they look at the nerves going to the heart, or they look at the heart? They look at the heart, right? So, I'll tell you my story. So I was, my whole life I was really bad allergies, and my parents didn't know anything about chiropractic. and I had real snot and sneezing when I cut grass and things like that. And then I started with pills since I was a little kid. And I went in, you know how they do that, like a human pin cushion? We got it's like a country western place. You can't shut that. Maybe we should open it. So like, you know how there's a breeze? Okay, if you guys are hot. You know how they do like a pin cushion up and down your spine? Why do you think they do that on the spine? We understand now, right? So like, yeah, there's come out there. So I went from that, I went to college and I got into shots because the pills didn't work anymore. I still had all that issues. I cut grass, it'd be all swollen up in my eyes. So I went in for a shot one time, and I went back to my dorm room and I went in to anaphylactic shock. So my throat was swelling up and I was on you know what I'm talking about. I was on the floor and luckily my roommate come in, he was a drummer in a blue band. He come in and they took me over there and they gave me another shot. Well, it made me kind of think, and I was actually in pre-med, and I didn't know anything about chiropractic. I thought they were quacks, you know, they had wet feet, stuff like that. That's what they kind of teach in some medical schools, really, believe it or not. So we were playing a rugby team. I played for Penn State Rugby, and we were playing scrimmage in this men's club from Clearfield, and the three guys were chiropractors. And they said, what causes your allergies? And I said, what? Well, the pollen in the air, or the food that I eat. And they said, well, how do you explain like two brothers, they eat the same food, they sleep sleep in the same air, breathe the same air, one has allergies, the other one doesn't. So it made me kind of think, well, yeah, if it's truly the pollen in the air, or the food that we eat, you know, can it be that? Well, what system runs the immune system? Because allergies is a weakness of what system? The immune system. What system runs that? The nervous system. I'm going to keep going to you because you got it. Okay. So everybody so from the side, your spine should have curves, right? And your immune system's in your neck. So take your hand and go like this. Everybody has to do it. So you feel the tension in that. Now, if you put the curve into the hand, you see how it takes the tension off? Everybody kind of feel that? So what happened was my neck was real straight. They put the curve in there, took the tension off my nervous system that runs my immune system. It took about maybe, I worked with them like a year, and my allergies went totally away. And I was off all the meds then too. So I became a chiropractor. Because it made perfect sense to me. You don't treat the symptom, you look for the cause of the problem. So how does that pertain to you guys? 2 out of 3 of you in here are going to die of either heart disease or cancer.
Come on in.
And those things are controlled by the nervous system. Cancer everybody has cancer cells in you. What determines whether you get full-blown cancer is what system? The nervous system. So again, what we want to try to learn tonight is, how do you know? Well, you don't know, okay? So what we invite you to do is, first of all, if you learned a little bit tonight, and we'll catch you guys up, we'll have a side testing here later, I'm just teasing. But there's like a little card in your packet, right? Okay, they're on the front. Okay, so if this makes sense to you, you know parents that are having kids that are colicky, or they wet the bed, or they have ear infections, or they have bowel issues, or you as an adult are taking any medication whatsoever, then you're not healthy. If you're taking a medication, you're not healthy. Something's not working right. So write their name down, and we'll give put everybody down. Get your contacts out of your phone, and put their names down. And no obligation. Please tell them that we'll be calling them. We don't want to think that we're telemarketing them or whatever. Tell them we'll give them a call. We'll invite them in if you enjoy it yourself. And the last thing is this: if you're here right now and you're not a patient, and I'm not trying to tell you, hey, because you really learned something about health, and you thought maybe chiropractic was about getting your back cracked or your neck popped, but you learned that, hey, I've had blood pressure, maybe I should get the nurse to my heart checked. Or I have a prostate cancer, maybe I should get the nurse to my prostate checked. See what the body can do. Your body knows more about healing you guys up than any doctor, me included. The doctors don't heal you. What system heals you? There you go. Yeah, your nervous system, okay? So what we'll do is the girls will come around, and they'll... In my office, we've been probably one of the reason is, I'm not saying that to brag, is we teach you about what it is. It's not about getting your back cracked. It's about taking pressure off that nervous system and allowing your body to heal its peak potential. So what we'll do is we'll come in, if you're not a patient, or you haven't been a patient for a while and you want to get a check, you can come into the office and we'll do a consultation, no charge, okay? And then if we find there's a problem and we want to see inside, we take a picture, because that's the only way you can really see inside. Anybody ever go to a chiropractor that didn't take an x-ray? Okay, well, unless they're Superman, I don't know. I mean, he has x-ray vision, but they don't. So they're just guessing. So we'll take an x-ray, and then I'll send you home, and I'll look at the x-rays and look at the testing, and then we'll give you a call that night. So there's no obligation, and I'll call you if I can help you. I won't waste your time and money, so you have really nothing to lose. But then we would invite you back in, and we'll go into, you know, what's your insurance, how much, how long, what's it going to take. We'll go to everything up front, no strings attached. Now, we usually charge more than zero for that, so we'll invite you into that. And really, if you're sitting out there and you know, care, not just maybe you're not worried about you, but hey, think about your kids or your grandkids, you know, that need you around, you know, or think about your children who are sitting at home right now that maybe are taking antibiotics for constant ear infections, and they want to put tubes in their ears or all those crazy things. Okay? So take advantage of that tonight. We'll give you the next 7 days. You have to schedule within 7 days. If you don't, that's okay. We'll hopefully see you down the road. But take advantage of that tonight. You know, hopefully you learn something tonight that not only you learn something here, but maybe it makes an impact right here. And you know, you can see what we can do as far as getting you healthier from above and down and inside and out. All right? All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you. Okay, so the girls are going to come around, and we're going to serve the salads, I guess. I got to let them know. But they'll come around as you guys go ahead and eat, and they'll come around and chat. Okay?
Okay, at this point, Dr. Sorbera will leave, and he talks about 10 to 15 minutes, and everybody will be served a salad, a dinner, and I believe possibly a dessert. So at this point, it's just a nice socialization event. They're bringing around the dressings for the salad and all the food that will be served. Doctor did come back in. Sometimes he likes to talk one-on-one to some patients. So if you can join us for our next dinner, it's going to be Tuesday, April 14th. Hope to see you.